Warning: the following content may not be suited for younger or sensitive audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Anyway,
We
who
were
wants to
just
do a recap?
Eli said they wanted to.
Eli, do it, bitch.
Oh.
Well, now I don't want to because you called me a bitch. But,
I mean, I
Okay.
can if you want.
But listen, he's
No,
called you
fuck
worse
you.
things and you know it.
We don't talk about that. Anyways,
We don't about brew.
so pretty much I don't remember how the beginning of the last session started, but I know. Oh wait, no, I know. We were in a fight with the quirky, funny demon while we're in this place in between, like, I believe it was I can't think of the word. Max, help.
The material
veil?
realm and the afterlife.
Yeah.
The veil.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were in there fighting this dude, and everyone's kind of not doing so well at first, and it's very confusing. Everyone looks away for 5 seconds, and then they look back, and then they see the creature that Kree had been before we had left the mimic forcefully because of our great and wonderful Banshee bitch. But turns out he ended up attacking the party as well, and they ended up getting rid of the demon. Don't remember how, but we got him, boys. Mission accomplished. And people were trying to figure out what to do to, like, help Kree. And pretty much it was like, hey, we need to call Terrace, cause Zill's like, man, he's a little bit angry. He's having a temper tantrum. Call his father.
Zill went stealth mode.
She went invisible and went yoink. And took his little sending stone and messaged Terrace. It was like, hey, bitch, come get your
I believe
child.
Come get your kid, bro.
Wasn't it Astral who messaged?
Yeah,
Terrace?
because on his
yeah, it
next
was
turn,
Astral.
he stole
Sorry.
it from her
Yeah,
hand.
Astral killed
It
the
was
bad-
Astral screaming, being like, come get your fucking kid. But anyways, while that was happening, Kree was still attacking the party, and he went to go attack again because they heard Terrace in the distance, and he went to go attack, and this bitch, like, fucking big ass fucking bird dude, like fucking like bird-sized eldritch abomination of tentacles, fucking swoops down, grabs this bitch, and yeets him through a fucking portal. And everyone else ran out the portal. And when they got through, they looked up to the sky and saw that it was red. And that was where we ended session.
Okay.
So Astro is hiding shit from us.
Yes. So Eli, you get your DM inspiration. If you already have one, you can give it to someone else. You can disclose that in no, Mike. I don't know if you already have one or not. I don't think you do.
I
You can use
do
the
not. I wasted mine. Last
That's
session.
right.
Yeah, after I gave it.
I would suggest you give that to your new character.
Yeah, I know.
Also,
I noticed what I
Silver
was doing.
died.
I noticed. Okay. Anyway.
So we see the red sky, right?
You see the red sky, and I'm gonna wait for Silver to come back.
Okay.
Maybe.
I was
Give
just gonna.
Well, I mean, actually, yeah, you go. You guys see a red sky, and as you kind of look up at the sky, it fades from red, and you like look up at directly up, and you see the kind of like the ass end of this fucking white crack in the sky. Like it's mostly white, and it's kind of yellowish. It has some like wisps coming off of it, and there's a shit ton of things falling out of it. You see things crawling out of it too.
Nihilus is gonna say one thing. So are we high or is this reality now?
It's not my fault.
And Kane kind of looks up and says, "I don't think any of this can be any of y'all's fault."
How long
Uh,
have we
sir-
gone?
Just so as a reminder to me, we know what this is, right?
No, we do not.
You do well, actually. You
Out
do.
of characters, some people do, and in characters, some
Some-
characters do.
If your character would have read the history of Ottawan, you guys would know, because it's fairly common knowledge. I'm not gonna make you guys roll for it. You guys would know that this is the breach, or this is what looks like the breach. There's a very famous painting of the breach. Like, there's a lot of things. It's a very big staple in history. It was said to have been opened by Thalorus himself as a way to start a war, or as a way to bring over what is now known as the False Hydra.
Zill was there that day. Zill was just there when it happened.
This is why he was banished from Ottawan, and there was a whole event. No one really knew how to close it, because when he was banished, he ended up shattering the blade that opened it, which was Ikora's blade.
Petty.
So, what do we do now?
Well,
Oh, so
considering
Silver's
that's
back.
the
Silver's
breach-
back.
Okay.
What were you saying, Levi?
Oric was saying, well, considering that's the breach, we gotta find some way to do something. Did we go back in time? Or oh no. Oh,
And you guys see, Terrace kind of comes out from God knows where, from behind you guys, and says, "I'm certain you guys didn't go back in time. Don't know where that came from. This is very much the present." And
What the fuck happened when we were gone?
So,
That's it.
Max,
what?
Max, I wanted to mention, I had my phone died, so I lost like 5 minutes of time there. Did Terrace tell them
no,
already? Okay.
I was waiting for you.
Okay. So,
Oh, boy.
Astral kind of he clears his throat and he says, I might be able to answer that question.
Then do it.
Though I'm not sure you'll like the answer.
Just say it.
We have been in there for about 6 months.
What?
We've been there for almost
Wait.
a year.
Half a year. But yes.
Not
Yeah,
even half.
It's not
There's
even
8 months in a
more
year
than
here.
that.
There's 8 months in a
Oh.
year here.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I was never fucking told. Okay, that's good to know.
We talked about this.
We
You
talked
never
about
you
It's
okay?
in world lore.
Okay. I never heard that shit ever. I must have not been
Same
paying
either.
attention. But
It's also in world lore.
We did talk about it at the end of session once, so I don't know if you were here for that.
I
though.
expected this from Miss, not you, Silver.
But anyway,
Oh,
so he says, yes, it's been almost a year. So, yeah, we've been in there for about 6 months.
Wait, I just realized, where the fuck is Calypso? Ah, shit.
Well, given the fact that it's been 6 months, she probably thinks you're dead. As most people probably think we are dead. Because, again, 6 months, that's a lot of time.
well, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, you're right. You're right.
Who knows, maybe some of the bounties on you have been forgotten about. Hopefully.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure those orphans are not gonna forget what I did.
The gift from the moment.
Yeah, sorry. My internet kicked me from. Well, anyway, what were you? Okay.
We were just basically Nihilus mentioned that he wonders where Calypso was. Astro said she probably thinks he's dead, and that's really it. And a side comment about Blooma's bounties, but Blooma thinks that they're not been forgotten,
Okay.
and that's really it.
Yeah.
So, as like at the mention of Calypso, you see Terrace look up and he says, "Your horse kind of never left." I mean, she came back to Idris's house a while ago, and he kind of like he pans over to where he threw Kree, and you guys see a pair of legs under Kree's body.
Oh.
And he's like, Terrace is just like, oh, shit.
He's gonna set down Kibble and he's just gonna run over to them.
These are a pair of humanoid legs, by the way.
Never mind.
So,
Calypso turned into a humanoid while we were gone.
Eli.
So, what's going on here? It's like,
well,
sorry. Did Dennis actually run over, or is he just kind of standing there?
yeah, sure. I'll have him walk over, I guess. If it's humanoid, he's just gonna slow down to a walk. Cause why not?
As he's moving, what happens is you see this person sit up, and it's really, in the moment, it's hard to discern what they are or who they are, mostly because, Kree's in the way. And you see what seems to be two pure white arms, like very furry arms of just hair, that wrap around Kree to pick him up and stand up to about 7 feet tall. And Kree gets lowered a little bit because he is still being held by this person. But as you're looking, you notice something familiar about this presence. And when you gaze up from where Kree was lying in their arms now, and to their face, you see Idris. But the problem is, it doesn't technically look like him completely, because with his fur, instead of that dark gray mixed to light gray and white fur he had completely changed, and it's pure Snow White. And one thing that's also very discernible about him is the fact of his eyes are a very bright blue. Like the pupil, the sclera, everything is a pure white, pure bright blue. Kind of like how Kree's eyes are from his tiefling form that you all have come to know. And as well, with his face, it looks like there's, on the left side, it looks like there's gaps in it. And from those gaps, it seems to look as if there's blue steam that's kind of escaping his face. And he looks to you, and he has a very neutral expression.
I thought you was dead.
There.
And
Ronan?
Nihilus is just... Oh. What the fuck happened? Actually, it has been 6 months.
A lot has happened in that time, and I told you to look out. I didn't know where he was going to land.
You didn't say anything.
I did. Maybe you should pay attention.
I will say, Zilla's just kind of staring. She hasn't moved because she still has Lavella in her arms. When they first came out of the portal, she was, checking to make sure Lavella was okay and everything because, they were just in a spooky place and this is her child now. And, as soon as she would have, seen Nihilus, run over, she would have turned to look, and she would immediately recognize Idris, and she's just kind of staring there, frozen. Standing there, completely frozen. She's not reacting at all. She's just kind of frozen with Lavella in her arms. just staring at him.
So Astral's gonna speak. I'm just like, hey, so we're just going to completely ignore, the whole that, him.
That is acknowledged, but like, we can't deal with that right now. So,
Gonna be honest, I'm not as shocked as Idris being alive as I thought I would be. I mean, the breach is back. So yeah, I'm a little more shocked about that. No offense, anyone. Ah!
It was because
Eh.
I haven't been back very long, but I know well enough of why that breach was opened.
And Oric,
Here.
can you roll a perception check for me real quick?
Of course I can, Mr. Shadowy Person in my head.
who are you talking to? I'm kidding.
Nihilus?
So,
That
you're
was our
back,
character.
huh? Idris.
Bluma,
I
we
mean,
talked about this.
Idris would look to Bluma, and again, like, everyone knows that he still has that neutral look. Like, he seems to be. There's nothing there that would even seem as if he was even provoked in the slightest. Like, he looks like just very poker faced, very neutral, like void of emotion. And he would look to Bluma and be like, obviously.
Yes. I was having fun with the fact that you were gone.
Bluma, I told you. How about you can just cope with the fact? All right.
I will.
Oric,
Yeah.
you feel as you kind of like look around, as you think, you feel wrong. You feel dead.
I feel dead.
And as you look around, you realize that there are like these splinters, like the charred splinters of a town around you. You see that like everything around you is charred at this point. And specifically, as like what's drawing your eyes the most is a tree, a very massive tree.
Oh.
Oh, is
Would
this a
it happen
chorus
to
tree?
be? Would it happen to be Mama's tree?
Yes,
Oh,
this is a chorus tree, and this tree
Oh no.
looks like it was struck by lightning. It is completely dead, and
I'm
has
calling Mom.
been.
I'm calling mom.
Calling Mom.
Mom,
Sorry.
pick me up. I'm scared.
I want you to finish before I call Mom, but that's immediately what Zora's going to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, like this tree has been it has been split in half, kind of. Like the front of it is split in half, and the tree is completely hollow and charred.
Bluma will go to the tree to inspect it.
Are we close to it, or is it in the distance?
It's about. It's guys are mildly close to it. It's about 40 feet away.
Oric will be not commanding, making Zena take him while trying to call Mom.
Like I said, Bluma's can try to inspect the tree, like investigate what happened to
Roll
it.
investigation.
Also to ask
Or
Max,
or an Arcana. Yes.
Idris would know the result of this, right? He knows the thing.
And Oric, as you attempt to you're clawing at this connection, you're like desperately trying to enter this prayer. And it's like you're hitting a wall. It's like trying to call someone and getting the number you called no longer exists.
I would like to attempt to call
23.
Okay. I'll get to you in a second, Oric, sorry.
Yeah, I'm also going to roll an Arcana.
Yep. Bluma, was this an investigation or Arcana?
It was an
Arcana.
Okay. you feel heavy residual energy, and as you approach the tree, it still feels warm, even though it's very clear that whatever happened here happened it happened not long after you guys had basically been eaten by the mimic. And it's potent. It's hard to describe the feeling you feel, and it's overwhelming as the tree still hums with magic. But this magic is not a god. It's a god's magic, but it's not a god you know or recognize.
Let's try something.
And what would you like to try?
That's what I'm trying to see. Bloom has takes out a reflection crystal and see if she could kind of channel the energy that's radiating from the tree into the crystal.
So as you do this, the crystal it accepts the energy, but it immediately, like the second this magic touches this crystal, it starts to blacken.
Oh.
And it's
Bloom
like it's like a smoke spreading throughout the crystal.
Bloom, she's gonna investigate further, trying to gather more. She only has 2 reflection crystals left, so she can get as much of that residual energy and put them in both.
Okay. And it takes, well, and once both crystals are full, they crack a little bit. And so these, like, once the crystals are full of this energy, they're completely black, and both of them crack. And as they crack, it kind of reveals a yellow light. Kind of like lava.
I would like to investigate further on Arcana to see if I can recognize it or discern what is happening with it.
Okay. Roll an Arcana. You
21.
know so you kind of recognize what's happening is this crystal is mimicking the god who, like the power of the god who caused this.
Keeping one of the crystals, she puts one crystal back in her one of the back of holdings, and then she looks back to the party, presenting the crystal in front. Does anybody know or recognize this type of energy? Looks of any type of god?
Max.
All I know it's a god, but not what it is.
Idris would end up speaking out. Go ahead, Cameron.
Does this feel familiar, Max?
Idris, speak first.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Idris would end up speaking up, and he'd go, it's mimicking Aelith, the god Aelith. What had happened was, with opening the breach, she had taken Ikora's blade in order to open it. And with that, Ikora had been killed.
Oh.
Shit, something is gonna need to remember me. I really don't care about God.
She's one of the forgotten gods.
Did you not hear me? I said I don't know about
It
God.
doesn't.
Avoid it.
It doesn't matter if you don't like the gods or not, but the gods are certainly
it's just
here,
I don't know.
and she is
Bluma, shut the fuck up. Sorry, you just can you repeat that?
Pretty much.
Bluma?
Aelith is the god of destruction, pretty much, practically. And with what she had done, she had killed Ikora and opened the breach, which is what this thing in the sky is. It's not the first time this breach has been opened.
Was the first time with Thalorus, if I'm correct on my history?
I would know the truth about this, right, Max?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
You would have also been
Nihilus,
threatened to
you
secrecy as well. So,
I mean, I don't fucking care. Like, Idris would look to him and go, with Thalorus opening the breach, it wasn't him. He had been blamed.
I would say at this, you guys would see Zill visibly flinch. Like, visibly flinch. Like, really aggressively.
Wait, was that the Thalorus reveal thing?
Yeah.
I just missed it.
That
Okay.
it wasn't Thalorus. Yeah, Zill would have visibly flinched at this information and, like, not looked at Idris.
And Idris would continue and he'd go, the gods pretty much framed him.
Why, though?
Max, why did they blame him again?
Zill can
mean-
cut in because she
too
knows.
powerful?
Yeah, Zill can
Okay.
cut in.
Zill can cut in. Zill, still not looking up from the grounds, she just goes, fear. They were terrified of him. There was nothing wrong with him, but they were scared of what he could be. So it was more of a kill the problem before it becomes a problem, even if it won't become a problem.
Didn't they do that with the new goddess too, but they put her in the mimic?
No, she
Yes.
was just
Yep.
trapped.
That, and like you guys see Xerxes kind of like walk up and he says, "That is my theory." Because a goddess isn't just eaten by the first mimic. It might seem mindless, but it's not. You can't exactly control when someone intentionally puts something in there.
I feel like I now know why Zalos left. The gods are fucking
So-
assholes, holy shit.
How is that a surprise? Anyway,
Yes, I know you don't care, but we might
no,
have
I'm not
do it.
saying I'm not caring, but how is that not a surprise?
Gods have emotions like everyone else. So yes, they are also prone to getting scared. Just their fear has much larger consequences than a human's fear.
Anyways, Blue, enough of rubbing it in my face. What else were you gonna say?
Well, nothing, to be honest. I'm just getting. If this has the energy of a god of destruction, I am.
You are not fucking with that because I don't trust you with
No,
that.
go fuck yourself. I'm studying it more.
She'd
If
kill
you
you
die,
if she had the chance. And honestly,
Just be careful
that
with the
chance is
energy.
very easy.
I'm saying
Luma?
I'm saying I'm studying this shit.
I will say, if that kills you, that sucks to be you, I guess.
That sucks to be
Yes.
anybody who's near me
Be
too.
careful with the energy, because no offense to you, but I doubt your Fae form could handle any godly magic in it.
No,
You'd
full
probably
offense.
consume yourself. Well, no, it's just most Fae. I meant no offense to the race, not Bluma specifically.
Oh, never mind.
And like
Just
Terra's kind of like
Fae bodies.
Terra's like, I heard a story about that once. What's his name? When Thalorus died, when Thalorus was not murdered, when Thalorus was defeated by that party, one of the party members accidentally absorbed Thalorus's magic, and he was stuck in an eternal cycle of dying and reincarnating and continually getting incinerated. It kind of sucked.
You know, I do want to
I
say
don't
this.
appreciate being called out like that, Max. That was an accident.
So,
I just so happened to be the fucking closest one to him.
Nihilist is gonna say, you know, all these warnings are going through one of Bluma's ears and out the other. She's only going to learn if it happens. So
If Bluma wants to fuck around and find out, that is on her.
just don't drag people down with you, because if you do, I'm gonna be fucking livid.
I mean, if you fund me some things for protection, I could find something that could be useful
Bluma?
from it.
Bluma, How about you go shove that crystal way up your ass instead?
She prepares the catapult spell and readies the crystal to throw it at Nihilus. She doesn't throw it, but she's actively showing that she's about to throw it. Tempt me.
No, let's not disturb
Tempt
each
me
other.
one more time, Nihilus.
You are slowly not becoming a friend anymore. Anyways, where's Idris' house?
All I'm saying, I just want to study it.
Where is
the hell do you think?
Where is Idris? And he's just gonna look at Idris' house. Can we just go to your house instead of staying here, please? Because I kind of wanted to get back to Calypso,
This
if
man.
possible.
Idris would end up like turning his head to where the house would be, which would probably be behind him. Not gonna lie. Not
Well,
far
you
in
guys
the
are in a
distance.
chorus. You guys are in a chorus
Or-
tree.
It
Oh
would be
yeah,
a few days travel.
sorry.
Yeah, that is a few days
Yeah.
travel.
Sorry. I just remembered where we were
So-
because I was like, oh yeah, we're still at Idris's house for some reason. But Idris
Hey,
would like
so,
look back into the direction of his house and go, "It's a few days travel, but it'll be fine."
Question: Is
Yes.
our cart there with Calypso by any chance?
Yes, the card is there with Calypso.
Okay, good. Then let's head out. There's no point in just staying around here.
Niall is just gonna get walking. He's gonna pick up Kibble and he's just gonna get walking.
Idris is actually going to like take Kree and walk over to Terrace and like kind of gently hand him off and just go, "I'm not entirely sure what he did, but I know that," like, sorry, Idris would say this very quietly to Terrace. I forgot to mention that, but he would just go, "I'm not sure entirely what he had done in order to cause this, but I know that Elysium was behind it as well."
And Terrace just nods.
Oh shit,
Anyway.
not Elysium. I meant to say Zora. Oh fuck. My bad.
Anyway. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Well, you said Zora. But as you guys are getting ready to walk, you guys kind of hear a voice behind you and just like, so are you where exactly am I supposed to go with the rest of this?
Right, I forgot
I
you
don't
were
know.
here.
Best to just.
Because
Yeah,
this would be
best-
Sabbath. This is Sabbath speaking.
Yep, I figured it was him. And like,
follow
as
us.
Do I
mean,
recognize
well,
Sabbath?
Roll a history check.
Fuck. Would I get advantage?
No.
Fuck. Oh, hey guys, new sheet. What's this? That's a 28.
You do recognize him. However, you recognize him because bleh. You recognize him because him and some other scholars that he worked with reached out to you. Mostly, like, they're just like, "Hey, do you know how to contact this old goddess Tiet?" And you're like, "Not really. Not entirely sure who that is." And they were like, "Gee, thanks."
Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing, bitch. Cult of the old gods? More like cult of these nuts. I'm sorry.
Got him.
That's what Zill thinks it is. Sorry.
I mean,
Max,
but
they're flirting again.
Idris isn't going to say anything, but he would just look at him.
From a
And-
distance, Nihilus is gonna say, "You can just come with us. Come on, let's get going."
That's
Well-
what I said.
At least
Okay.
until you find somewhere better to be. It's probably smart.
I do happen to have somewhere better to be. If I can find it. So, I'm gonna go do that. Luma,
And where would that might be?
you have the thing to contact me.
Yep.
That would be finding a person. Because I got
What
word that they're still alive.
person?
I have the feeling that they do not want to mention this person. I feel like that's why they're being very vague.
Xerxes just over here,
It's
just like twirling magic in his hands, like.
Listen, he's a kid in a candy shop right now.
I mostly ask what person because considering I am recently brought back from my demise, once word gets around that I have returned, it's more than likely connections I still have, if they are still around. I can help you find them easier.
As much as
Or-
I appreciate the offer, I feel like this is something that shouldn't be told word of mouth from another person. My disappearance was not. It could be confused as abandonment.
Hey Max, out of character, whenever I don't remember as a player, but I know I rolled a history check on him and you told me where he was from. Where was that again?
He is, Xerxes?
No, the bird. Because I rolled a history check and you told me where he was from. And I don't remember. Sabbath.
I don't remember either. I don't remember either. That's the sad bit. I have forgotten.
Fuck. Well, because I was like, as a character, as a player, I forgot, but I rolled a history check, and because I rolled it on his, like, because his, like, he had a symbol on him, on his, like, jacket/coat thing, over his wings. And you told me where he was from.
I remember what I originally wanted him. I remember where I originally wanted him to be from. However, I don't know if that's where I made him from. I believe I said he was from Silwith.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. I remember now.
Okay.
There was this. Which part of Silwith was it though? Because it was one of the kingdoms, or like one of like the you know.
But I
I'll
will
just use
say the
kingdom as a
person
broad
talking
term.
is Xerxes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was him. I thought it was the bird person
Oh,
talking
I
because you didn't tell
thought
us
it
who
was
was talking.
Sabbath.
Yeah,
So it was Xerxes?
You just
That was
Yes.
yeah,
Xerxes?
you just
Sorry.
started talking as Xerxes after we were having a
Sorry.
conversation with Sabbath. That's why I
Yeah, I was
asked.
confused too.
I forgot.
Oh,
Not forgot. I forget.
Okay, then.
Fuck.
Okay, then Bloomer will speak out saying the person he's referring to is somebody that's also connected with me in a way. So
Well,
and
not
somebody that has
not
I
my
think-
brother.
Oh.
The person I'm referring to is the only person I do want contact from with my past. Yes. Anyway.
well, if you ever want help finding them, there's a good chance I might just know them if they're a person of high society, I guess, or at least well known. I am
I mean-
quite old. I've met a lot of people.
I like how we're just trying to force information out of this motherfucker.
Well-
Like he said, "Hey, I would rather not tell you." He
Well,
said
no,
that like
'cause
6 times.
No, because he said
already.
he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to like getting around. That's not what Zill's saying. She's just saying like, hey, if you want the help, I might know the person before you leave. Just like a last thing
Question.
of like, I might just actually know
Zill-
them. I'm
Right,
not gonna
question.
like spread your
No.
information.
Yes.
But
Are we
People-
walking? Are we walking and talking, or are they just staying there? Because Nihilus has not stopped moving.
You guys, Nihilus, you've kind of abandoned the party at this point. Because
fine.
they'll get to you. It's
we
just
know the way.
no one. Yeah, no one else has moved because you have Oric and Zenith or mostly Oric are kind of still grieving, in their own little corner. So I have not gotten to them yet. But
Guard of work. I got a little thing.
What the
Miss,
fuck is that?
Missed your
miss.
Yeah, something came up when I was trying to move stuff away.
Anyways, Nihilus is just bringing Kibble. Actually, he's gonna stop while holding Kibble, and he's just gonna wait for the party at that point.
But Xerxes he bows his head and he thanks Zill before he just like leaves. Like he thanks the party, says his goodbyes, and leaves.
Bro. Because listen, I'm just gonna say the only reason I said something is because I know like there's a high chance. There's just a really high chance Zill knows the person.
Oh, Zill
It's really funny because Zill
knows.
does know the person.
Of course she does. That's why I assumed. That's why I was like, hey, listen, ancient
Consider-
creatures
That's why I was
kind of know a
literally-
billion people. Like, yeah, she was just like, bro, I probably just know them. Like, I'm not gonna spread your information. I just probably know them and have a way to contact them directly. But okay. If you want to go be mysterious, go be mysterious.
But anyway, Zenith and Oric.
Yeah, what's
As
up?
you are kind of standing there next to the tree while this is all going on, you hear someone walk up behind you. And you hear Kane's voice ask, "How are you two holding up?"
Oric says nothing. Actually, for Kane's, for Kane's perspective, it seems like Oric has kind of lost a little something about himself. And Zenith is just kind of standing there. He just shrugs, and he's kind of just like watching after Oric.
Like she sighs and she says, and she doesn't really say anything, but she just kind of stands there as a way of, I'm here for you, but not really gonna say anything because this woman does not know words.
I'm
Neither
here for
does
you, but
Zenith.
I'm bad at comforting people, so here I stand. Awkwardly.
Exactly. But after a bit, and after like Xerxes leaves, because yeah, like King kind of looks back to the party and says, "We should follow them. They're starting to head out."
Zill would nod and just start walking with Lavella in her arms.
You aren't over here.
Oh, well.
This is over by the tree.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
this
thought
is over
she.
by the tree.
I swear I heard you say she came back to the rest of the party. Never
No.
mind. Brain. Swear I
Okay,
heard
fine.
that.
She looks back to the rest of the party.
Oh,
This pains me
okay.
to do. So Zenith gets a nod and says, "Hold on, I gotta 1 second. All right,
You gotta
let's
get
get
into
a-
the Zenith voice.
I gotta get into the Zenith voice. All right, let's get on our way." And he starts walking away, but Oric doesn't move. Oric is still standing there, Max.
Yep.
So what's
And-
going on with
And
him?
at this point, I'm going to let you go before I say anything.
Kane kind of just, she gives him his space, but she just kind of like rests on her knees, like she rests on her knees down next to him.
Zenith, after having realized that Oric isn't following, comes back a little bit, sits in the same position that Kane does. And Max, would you like me to roll it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really hoping I don't roll high, but at the same time, it'd be nice if I rolled high.
It'd be nice.
I'm gonna let you decide the DC on that, Max. But if you don't want to, I can.
You pass by
Okay.
1.
Oh. So, after a few minutes of silent tears, I'll say, Orc kind of wipes them away.
All right, let's go.
And he...
Oric,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to be strong. Take your time.
I'm not being strong. Come on, let's get back to the party.
And like, Kane kind of like just does like a little. I'm gonna have her roll a sleight of hand, but she has a she kind of bumps as if orcs walked ahead of them, she bumps Zenith, and she specifically does a hand signal that says that means keep an eye out or caution, just basically like Kurt's being like keep an eye on Orc.
I'm gonna say because of how focused Oric is at the moment, he's not gonna see that, but Zenith will. So
Okay, I'm so fucking glad because that's a 14. Anyway,
I think that actually beats Oric's anyway.
damn.
Bluma will just stay behind next to Oric, saying, just being like on the sideline for the moment, just watching the entire party.
And do you guys move out?
Sure.
I would say
sure.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Look at your DMs, by the way, Max.
Yep. I'm watching.
I will say,
So-
as we're moving out, Zill is inspecting Lavella's wounds a little bit, just to make sure they're, starting to heal properly, and there's, no infection or anything.
They are starting to heal properly.
Yeah.
I also want to add, as they travel, any moments where Blumika thinks it's kind of safe, she's gonna pull out one of those crystals just to inspect it. She's not actively hitting it or anything. She's just trying to get more of a feel of the magic, seeing if she could at least get some type of understanding of it.
Kind of look into it. No.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Am I dying? Can you guys hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you can hear me.
Yeah,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Sorry, Vexera keeps scaring me by going in and out. I'm just like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, I know. It's doing the same thing here. It scares me, man.
That's... See, I just keep Vexera muted because she does that to me sometimes.
Yeah, but anyway, Luma, as you look into the crystal, it is just, you kind of see, you just feel I don't really know how to describe this. It's just natural disasters. Natural chaos. Specifically, you are kind of seeing visions of volcanoes, and mostly volcanoes and lava pools and just fires and stuff like that.
Man, I need my tools. And,
You said you're near Oric, right?
Yeah.
Oric can see the crystals, right? Or
Yeah.
are they kind of hidden away with Bluma?
Well, because of Bluma's size, her trying to hide it would not make sense. At most, she would just be shoving it in her bag of holding. So, and every time she looks in to check on it, it's in plain view.
Yeah.
Oric did see Bluma grab 2 of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Bluma, for a bit, it's been a bit since Oryx talked to you. So Oryx says,
Hey, Miss Bluma,
Yes?
can I see that crystal?
Hmm. Do not take it from me. 'Cause I plan to inspect this thing further. Despite what everybody was saying, I am not a moron. I want to know more about this. But, hmm. She, while holding the crystal, she carefully flies towards Oric and hover close to him. But she takes the time to make sure that, like, no sudden actions are made to grab the crystal and stuff.
can Oryx not necessarily cast an Arcana, but cast in nature, or not cast in nature, roll in nature to see just if this energy could do anything and be reversed? Or would that be something else entirely? I'm
That
not
would
sure.
be some. That would, so, this is not a corruption. This is the energy of a god.
Ah. So I should roll Arcana?
Yeah. So it's not really something that you can reverse.
Ah. With that, can he at least tell whose energy it is, considering he's talked to said person?
Yes. You know that this is Aelith.
Okay. Bloom, Orc like gives you a smile. Bloom and says,
Thank you. I just, I didn't hear what you guys were saying earlier, and I think I know whose energy that is now.
Yeah, they were talking about it being the god of destruction. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to take it. If I had more crystals, so I've tried to get, well, obviously more.
Uh-oh, did I die? Or did everyone
No.
else die?
No,
I died.
you're good.
Oh.
No, I could hear you.
I guess he
Well,
can't
he
hear
probably
us.
can't hear us. Yeah.
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 Everyone's internet today is just going for blood.
I died.
Which is funny, because as someone with shitty internet, mine's great. It's like,
Yeah, I usually have really good internet, but for whatever
sorry, I
reason,
saw
I
your
keep
guys'
dropping out
internet
of
today.
calls. I heard, I did hear what Bluma said. So.
Okay. So,
She just said.
Oh, yes, you go.
She just explained that the party told it was the god of chaos, or well, she just explains it's the god of chaos as energy that she has.
Can I try something? I just want to see if healing magic would do anything to it, but I'm sure it won't.
Hmm. If you promise that if something does happen, you back me up that it was your idea, because others will
Well,
obviously blame me.
obviously, I'm not going to let them blame you for something that's my fault. It's just, that's honesty.
Right? Then give it a shot.
I would like to cast, just, cure wounds on it, Max, see what happens.
It, doesn't do anything.
I didn't think it would do anything. Orc had an idea, it didn't work. There we go.
Well, it didn't do anything that is obviously affecting the crystal.
What about the energy?
The energy's fine. I mean, you kind of feel it, like, blow past you a little bit, but, I mean, it's not anything big.
So it reacted to the healing magic.
It reacted to the magic.
I cast Identify.
Signal beacon.
Oh.
Huh?
Basically,
Huh?
what happened was when the magic hit what you like, as you're kind of like identifying this, as you're like, as the like you realize the magic that was casted onto the crystal basically has now, like, it blew out a spell of its own as a honing beacon. So the goddess of the energy of this god, like the god whose energy this belongs to, now just got a little ping on your location.
Will Blue know
Well,
what just happened?
Bluma would know because of Identify.
If it isn't the consequences of your actions.
Hey,
It's not Bluma's
this was
actions,
nothing.
though.
It was Oryx.
Yeah,
True. But still.
yeah. You stop blaming me on.
But it's funny.
But the moment she realizes, she shoves the crystal in the bag, grabs Auric by the shoulder, looks him dead in the eye, and is like, "You better run or
Why?
teleport."
Why?
When I cast Identify, it casts a beacon spell.
It wasn't the Identify
whoever-
spell, it was the
It was from
healing
the
spell.
healing magic.
The healing magic?
Yeah.
Oh, then will she know exactly that?
Yes.
Okay, then she will say that instead. So basically saying like the spell you made casted a beacon spell. So
Oh.
yeah, we better run
Wait,
and
but I
warn
was
the
friendly with her
others.
before. Maybe she wouldn't mind.
We don't know.
We should
I
run.
mean, from what I was, I was
Oh
told.
my god, my
is
internet!
that she was betrayed.
Fucking god damn it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's like from what I was told by the others, the Elith was betrayed by the other gods. So and the breach is something secondary that was like a reaction thing, if I remember correctly. But you better get the fuck out of here and warn the others. She proceeds to cast message to everybody as many times as possible, explaining the situation and what has happened.
Aren't
like,
we
as this
still
happens-
in one group? Just like
You
a
guys
little
are
bit
majorly
separated? Like,
a little bit separated. So Bluma could like yell it and get
But
everything across.
also, she needed, but Nihilus is too far away from that because he went ahead.
But he waited for the party.
But she
Yeah.
was casted at least toward Nihilus just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
The funny thing is, Nihilus doesn't respond.
As this kind of happens, Terrace kind of like collides, like he kind of pushes the party back a little bit so they're all congregated in one place and says, okay, so there is going to be a serious briefing a briefing of what's happened in the last 6 months that was going to wait until Eater's house, but we're not going to make it to Eater's house if that was a fucking honing beacon for Aelith. So, and like, he pulls out what seems to be a different kind of crystal. It is a kind of a mahogany crystal. It has this kind of opalite shine, or like opal shine on it.
Oh,
and
you
he
meant as in a
crushes.
color.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he kind of like he crushes it in his hand, and as he lets go, and like the dust leaves his hand and kind of starts swirling around him, or like it starts swirling around him, then kind of starts encircling the party. And makes a dome of a dome or like a spear of sorts. And like it blocks out like what you guys can see, and as it kind of clears, you guys are no longer in the forest.
I'm guessing you didn't use that because those are expensive to make.
I didn't use it because I didn't want to bring you guys to my house.
Oh. Fair.
And you kind of you look around at the place around you, and it's a fairly nice house. It's kind of But fuck me, that was the wrong thing. This house it's warm and inviting
Hmm.
in a sense.
Bloom's can just speak out and they'll kind of. Okay. Anybody got fucking lead?
It here, and like Terrace, he goes digging through some chest of his, and he pulls out a box, and he says, "Put the crystals in here, and no affecting magic should be able to access them."
And is it just one box or two boxes?
It's a box that's big enough to fit both crystals, possibly more, if you had more of them.
Do you have a secondary box? Or is that the only one you got?
This is the only one I have at the moment, but they're fairly easy to come across.
And it's like, out of character, it's like classified as a lead box or.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's just a magical, an anti-magic box.
Okay. She just takes it and puts the crystals inside it and just shoves it inside her, in the bag of holding.
And Terrace kind of like motions to this living room. Like, he kind of motions over, because you guys are in the doorway, and as you look down, you realize, if you guys look down, you'll see like a bunch of sigils and like kind of a transmutation circle, or a teleportation circle. But he kind of motions to what is his living room, which is just some chair. Like, it's lowered into the floor, so you have to take some steps to get down there. And there's some chairs and a coffee table. Except this coffee table is like, it's strange. You've never seen a coffee or like a table like this in general. It has a blanket that goes around the edge, and you hear like kind of like scuttling underneath, but you're not entirely sure what that is.
So now he's gonna look at Kibbo's like, so are you alright?
Worms.
Yeah, you're okay.
Nihilus, I need you for a second.
Nihilus is not responding.
Fucking hell. She flies towards to him. And without saying a word, she kind of removes the bag of holdings that she has in her, like, that are connected to her robe, like her clothes.
You
Put
are
them
not
aside.
You are not going into my cloak until you apologize for what you threatened me. Because I had it up to here with your bullshit. So until you apologize, Bluma, I'm going to be ignoring you.
Fine. And she ignores him and just proceeds to continue with her thing of going inside the cloak.
And he's gonna prevent her. Yes, we're doing this.
Do we roll something or?
I mean, it's like if the cloak's technically attuned to him, and I imagine that like he can just turn on and off the abilities. Or just, close his cloak.
I just waiting for a response of what he does, like
He's just gonna turn off the cloak stuff. Like he genuinely meant what you said. And if she's gonna play that game, he's gonna play that game with her.
You want me to apologize? Then you apologize to me for every time I basically insult me for everything I even try to do.
I have apologized. And also another thing. What about to the other things you've done?
What other things?
Break my arms, that's one thing. Ignoring me, that I'm not blaming you on that. Continuously threaten me when I'm getting on your nerves. Ignoring my advice when it could possibly affect the party. Disregarding the party's safety entirely.
How was I discarding the party's safety when I was just trying to understand what the hell is going on with that energy?
I am not talking about the crystal. I'm talking about in general. And completely disrespecting. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna ignore that one because some people really did genuinely deserve that. Like that one time he punched a guy in the dick. That was kind of funny, though. It's just we are going to possibly have to deal with people that can easily kill us. And you need to learn to become slightly less unhinged. Or you won't change at all. I am trying to help. But my patience for you is running thin.
Fine, I'm sorry.
There you go. Now, was that hard? Anyways, get whatever the fuck you need in my cloak. And he's just gonna sit. And he's... You good, Silver?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I was
breathing.
Yeah, I was just breathing.
Anywho, he's gonna sit down Kibble. And he's gonna open his cloak and he's gonna look at the party. He's like, oh, so by the way, any of you can remove a curse? Because I forgot to ask that.
Oh,
Yes.
I can.
Max, can I remove a curse?
Oh yeah.
I don't think you have the
can-
remove curse spell.
What?
So,
What? Are you still a paladin?
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Pretty sure they have it, no?
Only a certain paladin does, if I remember correctly.
I think it's the
Yeah.
redemption paladin that can cast remove curse.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm a homebrew paladin.
Because I just realized that we have a lot of casters in the party, and my dumb brain didn't pick up the fact that you guys might be able to remove the curse that Corsandus put on me, and I would like it gone.
What curse would that be?
Our character, it's the -2 saves.
Okay, I was not there for the fight, so I did not know that.
Yeah, so like every time I had to roll a save, I had -2.
Oh, yeah.
Right before Bluma goes in to the hoodie with the lead box, she's gonna just speak out. Also, I'm gonna need to speak with every one of you on who actually can cast spells. I'm gonna need to talk with you personally on some stuff. And she just dives into the cloak. And as she's there, she opens the lead box to just take the time to inspect it even more. The only reason why she went for Nihilus is because, to her knowledge, he's the only one that has a bag of holding that she can actually breathe in there without worrying about the 10 minutes air limit.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you guys are like talking about the curse, Terrace is just like, okay, before you get to that, you've been living, like before you do that and you go on your entire adventure, if you have the tendency to get really shocked at big news, I think you should sit. It's a recommendation, not a forced thing. Also, can she hear me in there?
Can she?
No.
I mean, it's
She's in a
just
completely
I
separate
would say
pocket
no
dimension.
because yeah, I would say like
Okay.
no. So Nidus will have to pull her out for a moment. I'm pretty sure he could easily do so.
He says no, she cannot hear.
I mean, this is kind of semi-important considering it affects.
All right, and he just shoves his hand, grabs Bloom up, and just pulls out. You need to listen to this. This is important. Then you can get back
Alright,
to
one second.
No,
She
you
puts-
are. Oh, go ahead.
Boy, let
Go
me
ahead.
speak. 1 second, I'm putting this away. Do you want the idea?
Then put it away.
Then let me speak and do what I need to do. And she does that and then puts and then she leaves the lead box with the crystals inside Nidus's cloak.
Okay.
Also, I need you to hold my my own bags. Nidus.
I'm gonna say Zill didn't sit down, but she did put Lavella on like one corner of the couch, and she is like down in front of her, like putting new bandages on her wounds.
Just there, happily, kind of like low-key kicking her legs.
Zenith.
Bloom was getting cast cure wounds.
Yes, Eli.
Robot.
I can't really control it, but is that any better?
You're good now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because with Idris, I was just going to ask, he already knows what's, like, he already knows what Terrace is about to say, right?
He was caught up when he first rose.
Man.
Anyway.
Man's got some riz.
Terrace has riz?
Because I was gonna say...
fucking damn it.
Awesome.
Yes,
I mean, he does have high charisma.
Guys.
Also, I just want to clarify that...
Mist, shut up.
Mist. We'll get to you in a second.
We will get to you now. Sit down in your corner and wait.
Eli?
I was just gonna say that while Terrace was explaining this, Idris is probably going to, like, take a moment out of the room to, like, take Kree to what he would know would be Kree's bedroom to lay him down because, you know, he's still unconscious.
Okay, Mist?
I was just saying, like, on the person that was getting the bandages replaced, Bloom was casting a cure wound spell on them. Thinking that might just help.
Yeah, it goes through. It works.
The child.
For the funny,
like Lavella kind of looks up to you, Bloom, and she thanks you quietly.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, I was just gonna say, do I roll for it or just leave it as it is?
I'll just leave it as is because it's roleplay.
Okay.
But anyway, Terrace just he kind of crosses his arms and says, "So about 5.5 months ago now, Aelith broke through where the Forgotten Gods were technically quote unquote being held. It was a place in the Veil. That's why the Veil is so
big.
Not big, but it's so frail right now.
That's probably how we ended up there.
Yeah, Aelith basically destroyed it when she took herself and the other gods through. But she stole Akor's blade and opened back up the breach to basically reinstate the war that initially started when the breach first opened. Though this breach is significantly worse than the first time, and it is affecting more than just Eokria.
Then
Initially... yes?
Then I'm guessing we should stop it, or is anybody already in the plans of doing that?
First, we have to deal with the war that Ayla started. And as you guys know, or some of you know, the first death of this war was Ikora.
Ugh.
While there hasn't been really any other deaths since, it's still
It's still a loss.
It's still happening. And we are just collateral in the way.
And how many people that actually died in Collateral?
The breach initially spanned only from Ikora's tree to Rosevein. It wasn't very wide. It now reaches Nightfall.
Oh.
At least some of it. Because when Aelith opened the breach, she used the energy of Ikora to open it. And gods' deaths are a fickle thing, as there's really no good way to kill a god and keep them dead, unless you take away their energy, their life energy.
So I'm guessing the best way to end this is to break up the gods, or...
The best way to end this is to build an army, find a way to somehow kill Aelith, and, find a way to magically sew everything back up, including the sky.
I mean, I already got a plan for that. I mean, the reflection crystals are able to hold quite a bit of energy.
Yeah, but we would need a shit ton.
And that's gonna be the process, because as they mentioned, we need a fucking huge ass army, right? So maybe as we get the army, we find as many reflection crystals, the bigger the better, of course. We set them up as kind of energy traps. Basically sucking out the energy out of Elith. The more that we suck out, the likely to get weaker.
I don't think that's how
then
that works.
maybe this is just a literally the moment type of idea I just got.
Yes,
so,
yes.
This is
Bluma, we can work together on that. Like me and you, I mean, we've worked with these reflection crystals before, so it won't be too hard to figure out how to trap massive amounts of energy. But I do not believe they would
help.
trap that much.
Yes, while those would certainly help, in the confrontation, someone will have to take Aelith's place. And once the breach is closed, someone's going to have to take Ikora's place. Balance and such.
What do you mean as in take their place?
The way the gods work
become a god.
Yes, the way the gods
consume
work
their
is
magic.
That they are not really gods. Most of them were once mortal, or they were at least minor celestials. Their magic, they are placeholders for the magic that keeps Otuan in balance. The reason Otuan is out of balance is because some of these placeholders have disappeared over the years, or are dead, and no one's replaced them.
Does it have to be a person?
Yes.
Yes.
I think I have a good candidate for who to replace Ikora with, even though it's so sudden.
Has to be a sentient being with a powerful enough body to be able to hold godly magic without it destroying it.
Isn't that what happened to that one guy you talked about?
Yeah.
Yes, that is what was discussed with the newest goddess.
Are there any other requirements? Because going off of everything you guys say, this is just me thinking, but wouldn't the person also match with that type of balance, meaning like if we need a person to take the place of a bad god, they had to also be bad in that type of way, or it could just be anybody.
Well,
It is
again, we've
just
discussed that
anyone
gods are
powerful
people.
enough to hold the magic. That is all the actual requirement.
Okay.
Typically,
Gods
if
are-
you are a spellcaster, the magic will morph with your own. A great
Also-
example is the nudist goddess.
Gods are not typically good or bad. It's the person that's good or bad, not the magic that's good or bad.
Yes.
Well, I was mostly thinking about the idea of what certain gods stand for, right? Like some go for life, some go for death. So I was thinking like
Just
maybe
because
they
it's
had to
death
match the
does
personality.
just because it's death doesn't mean it's
The-
inherently evil.
The old god was just the god of creation. When his magic morphed with the new god is the god of creation and rebirth, because her magic involves rebirth. Typically, you'll just
Okay.
morph into one. It's a combination of magic. It's why it's so important for the body to be able to handle the magic. It's a
Okay, so
combination
in
of
this game-
souls.
Random question. Just know
Yes.
I'm not informed on this topic because as I'm somewhat putting together, Zaus has abandoned his godhood, and considering I have his memories and shit, is there a way to possibly bring him back?
Yes, but it requires in giving up yourself.
They say
Oh.
that would also erase you from existence.
Okay.
I find it concerning you are so okay with that.
It
He's
also
very
requires,
depressed.
because of Zaus's specific situation, you need your counterpart to agree to that too.
Wait, what?
You
what?
have. Okay. So, Zaus split himself into two. So,
Oh.
2 souls.
Is that
It is
why I
also-
get random? Is that why I get random feelings on my butt?
Feelings?
Oh, random.
Feelings?
Viewings?
Shut up. Matt.
Viewings?
Excuse me.
Wee wings.
I heard that completely wrong. I heard Nihilus go, is that why I get weird feelings on my butt?
No,
what he
because that's
said.
what I
No.
heard. That's what I heard as well. And I'm like, is he
Same,
getting
same.
resonant feelings of his counterpart getting pegged? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Just for concept, just for joking reasons, what you just said is what Bluma just said out loud. It's like, are you saying you get pegged?
What's pegging?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes, Nihilus, that's why you are able to feel your counterpart's pain.
Oh. Oh no.
So they don't like getting pegged.
Oh no. Bluma, that means when you broke my arms. Oh. Oh.
So turns out that was more an issue than expected.
Oh.
But that could also
we
be
have
an
a way-
asset.
Do we have a way to find my counterpart then?
Not really. I mean,
Shit.
it's
I mean, would their souls still not kind of be connected? It would be
It
intense
is.
magic, but
it is.
I'm
but
sure we could draw one line to another.
we'd need a
So-
lot of resources on that one.
So, like, my
So
people.
that's a pinned topic. Come back to that then.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
so-
people left our country to escape war, not to join it, but I suppose we have no choice.
Well,
Let us focus on what we.
If your people want a threshold in this, maybe if helping, they could possibly, I don't know, one person not from this dimension to another, they could use the fact that they helped in the war to possibly gain more allies, maybe a couple like a couple 100,000 acres of land,
Are you done?
Yes.
I
Not gonna
mean,
lie, that was
So
he is
very,
not
very
wrong.
pushing. That was very
so
pushing.
my people are peaceful. We do not want war, and we will try to avoid it at all costs. So, my people, I'm looking at all of you, will not be involved in this war unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Astral,
This
I
is
say this with respect. It is extremely ignorant to expect to go somewhere to escape war and not expect war to also be there. I understand
Yeah.
trying to escape from war, but to expect war to be nowhere you go is a little ignorant. And I do not think they will have a choice. This is War
Jesus
of
Christ.
Gods.
Yeah, if they decide to
we
leave out, I'm pretty
we
sure they're
are
gonna be
not
the main targets.
it's not that we never expected there not to be war here, but we never wanted any part of it.
The
I do
only
not
issue.
believe you
Still
will have a
doesn't
choice.
change anything if you
This
think about it.
is not any war. This is the end of the world.
As
Yeah, so
as I
you're
said,
basically
absolutely
saying,
necessary, and this is a necessary thing.
yeah, so best message him, no? Saying at least
Well,
get prepared for something to happen while everybody else is
that's
trying to do something.
you wouldn't need to send out that message as it's was sent about 4 months ago when
And
it
what's the
the
response from that?
they joined because
Ha!
it wasn't really a message. It was Aelith burned down Blackwater.
Oh.
Oh, fuck you, Max. So, like, oh, shit, you piece of shit. Astral, he hears it, he's like, she did what?
Uh-oh. Our character,
She burned down Blackwater. There were very few casualties. Most were able to get out as she was only after one thing, and Blackwater was just on the way to there.
And what was she after?
So, only if there is at Blackwater near a very historical cave called Trader's Bastion. The land has been taken over by a corruption. This corruption has been mostly hidden by the Sunhelm government. Or, well, the Sunhelm Kingdom. As it has been contained. It was contained.
So she let her free?
Yes.
Okay, so this...
Max, would Astral know anything
okay.
about this corruption?
You know that it has something... You know
given
that
it
it
was so
has...
close to Blackwater.
You know that it's very, very old.
Would Zayla know about this corruption? That is something very, very old.
You know it's older than you.
Damn. God damn.
Some say it was rumored to basically be there from the very beginning of time. And I mean, some people tend to call it, some people call it the universe's thumbprint.
Oh,
So,
that's funny, Max.
So, what has been planned so far? Because no matter, I'm just gonna say this off the bat. What we think happened before we got swallowed by that fucking mimic, and to now, whatever we think is valid or the norm, it's all fucking lies. I'm guessing, because, like you said, Astro, your people don't come in or want to be part of it, and then we just got the clarification that they literally just did exactly that. So, we need to know what
I mean, there's
the hell
my
happened.
people are people tend to want to avoid war, but we will resort to it if there is no other choice. And it seems
I mean,
there was
Yes,
no other
but
choice.
there's also the kind of groundbreaking norm of the dwarven empires have left their xenophobic states and are currently sending armies to Chiota. And they're splitting it up between Chiota and Yggdrasil.
Terrace,
they're trying
have
to
any
help
other
everybody?
That was
gods been
unexpected.
contacted?
They are.
Okay, so yeah, so Astro, despite what you say, I'm pretty sure that if depending how bad it is for them, they will be pushing to the opposite side of that
No. Listen.
mentality.
I've. You keep repeating the same thing. I've understood the fact that shit's fucked and we need to do something about it. But this is like, in general, like people try to avoid war. Try. That's the key word. There's try.
This is a circle. I think.
Yeah, like this is a circle.
This is a circle.
Guys, I'm
I'm
gonna be honest,
trying. I'm
I feel like
trying to
this
say
circle
that
again.
that we try to, and let's move on with the conversation.
Okay, then
Bluma.
But I have a request
okay.
that we at least go see them.
Yes, I can tell you.
Because
I can set you on the way once.
I'm fine with that, to be honest with you. The only question, one thing I want to know personally, is what has been done to be prepared for the war by all the other races and kingdom.
Well, there's not really anything to prepare for a war that is gods against gods and older creatures alike.
Also,
except take the first offer of neutrality.
Terrace.
Many people have been offered safe haven by the ambassadors of the Titan Emperor. What the fuck are they called? Give me a
Titans.
moment. I gotta remember what their cult is called though.
Okay, so
while he's doing that, now I was gonna say, is there any way you could contact someone at Idris' house to send Calypso here so we can actually have a cart?
My house is not far from Idris's. It's honestly, she's probably picked up your scent by now, and she's already on her way.
We didn't hear a crash.
Okay, so where are they now? Where are the ponies? They're not to Blackwater because it's gone.
Yes, Blackwater is splinters. But I'm sorry for my humor. It's the end of the world. But the
I thought to have a
ponies.
sense of humor about it.
The ponies have relocated after being offered immunity or offered safe haven with the emissary of the Titans. They are now located. Can I read? No, I can't. They are now located in Tavington.
Oh shit! I'm looking. I'm trying to find the map.
Hey Max.
Astro.
It's in the bleed.
Hang on.
Tavington is.
It's in the bleed.
At the very bottom. Yeah, at the bottom of Cicadia. It's right inside the bleed.
Okay, so this is gonna be
go ahead real
a
quick.
good idea for me as well.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask Max if he could check if he has seen the DM.
I did. I have seen DMs.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Once people are done, can I ask Terrace a question? Because I've tried speaking 3 times.
Yes.
Alright, go for it.
Thank you. Okay.
And then I'm gonna ask you, Levi.
Zill's gonna look at Terrace and she's just gonna ask, Terrace, have anyone contacted any of the gods? Or at least tried to?
Yes, they respond. No, they will not help. They can't help. Not really. Any sightings of them with mortals, those mortals get shot down by the opposite side.
What about the champions?
The champions No one's heard from them.
They
Alright.
are most likely also not allowed to take sides. Because, by
Alright.
extension, it's taking a god side.
Okay,
Meaning,
so-
I should probably contact my mother on whether or not
But-
I'm able to do anything.
Also,
Okay, so
Well,
if
there's some news about your mom that you
Oh.
might
she
find
fucking
good.
dead.
Good's a
no longer
relative
knows.
term
She's-
currently.
She's allowed back on the material plane.
Why would you think I would find that good? That's kind of terrifying. Have you met my mother?
Yes, I have, face to face. She
Good for some
has-
people, bad for others.
she
I
has
guess good
kind
for
of
me.
Feels
like
I mean,
unsure.
if you want to find her, she's actually currently. She's what basically saved Aelith from taking, or she basically stopped Aelith from taking the corruption because she came out of the fucking ground and. Like he kind of like Terrace kind of like stops and just looks off at it, like gives the 1,000-yard stare as if he's absolutely fucking traumatized by what he saw. But he shakes his head.
Zil
and
knows
says-
this look all too well.
he just kind of shakes his head and he's just like, she is in Traitor's Bastion.
Zil nods. And you guys, because we're in such close quarters, you guys hear her mumble something about, of course it's like my mother to take sides when they've deliberately been ordered to not take sides. Sounds like her. So
Like,
You
the
know
gods
what?
have
Mumble
taken
that.
sides. The gods have taken sides. It's just...
Well, I mean, like, actually do something. Like,
Yeah,
of course
like-
she's gonna actually do something when she's been specifically told to not do anything.
It's just the gods are legit, like, hate criming each other, and any mortal who gets involved is assumed to be, like, a bestie with the god, and is killed as a way to, like, hurt the god.
So then we're all fucked because the jealousy looks like it's impossible from any type of sighting of any kind equals death. So
Let's
Astral?
just
Well,
take it one step at a time.
well, we do know
Astral?
that this
Good.
previous party was able to kill a god. So it is possible, but it is not likely.
Wait, isn't
Okay,
that
so-
new goddess that we met back in the spire the?
She was, didn't she say she was a part of that party? Did she ever say that? I don't remember if she actually explicitly said that. I know she
I
she kind
believe
of like said like hey
was-
to like or like not or fucking
It
like,
was overheard.
Isaac's character.
It was overheard.
overheard
Yeah.
because I don't know who all was there, but like in the main room there was a point where she did have a conversation with Isaac about it, as well as Xerxes.
Which you mean Sopez?
Sorry, with Sopez,
Also-
as well as Xerxes, as well as Zil and Idris know her personally, and Zil did like greet her like very friendly, so you guys could easily ask Zil or Idris.
Because speaking of Idris, I kind of wanted to, but and be like, because he would have returned great, and make sure he was having his little nap time, but he would have came back into this conversation and he would have nodded and been like, yes, the new goddess was a part of the previous party that had destroyed the others.
Alright. Okay, so
So
we might ask.
Maybe we should ask whoever remains of that party how they did it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. No,
Well, I mean,
my idea
mean-
first.
Out
Yeah,
of character, if
Yes.
Sopez was
I mean,
here,
if Isaac
Zil
was
would
here,
just
I mean,
turn
if
to
Isaac
look
was
at
here.
Sopez.
Yeah.
Zil would
I
just
have
turn
an
to look at
idea.
Sopez and be like, so about that. So
Like,
he's not here.
But
considering
like,
seeing
but when it
as-
comes to that, don't most of the party not really remember how he was killed? Just that he was killed.
the party, the rest of the party does remember how he was killed.
Okay, because we never. The item is weird. Like that, the whole fucking item is
It
weird. So I
erases
never.
the person. It's like we have the memory of it happening. It's just the actual person is like a black fuzz. Like we could not remember them for the life of us. Like
Yeah.
the events are there.
I believe the only people who remembered who it was the gods.
Yeah. And like Terrace, he kind of like he looks up and says, "Well, the only gods that have been attempted to be contacted are the major ones. We could always try the minor ones, who were in the
No, I
party."
don't think that was gonna work because if the bigger ones are part of the issue, the smaller ones
There
will try
are
to avoid it.
two
No?
of the current minor gods became gods the same time Elise did. They were in the party with her that killed Thalorus. So if we contact them, they might have an idea.
Okay.
But okay,
So
but first,
far,
can we please go to the ponies? Because I really need to
Yes.
check something. Like, I
Yeah.
can take us there, but I can only get us as close as Blackwater.
Well,
we
they
could take-
as I was saying before I got distracted, the ponies were relocated. Yeah, like I said, the ponies were relocated. I already said where they were located. Never mind.
is that
Yeah,
Ignore
no,
that.
but
Ignore that. That was
bleed, right?
That was
Oh.
DMS. That was DMS.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking out of character, just out of character to other players. Should we not go visit Sunhelm to visit the Void Mother? Just because it would be on our way.
Well, if we
I mean,
out of character,
it's
if
a-
we stopped on our way, that would be a good idea.
Also,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say
I
because
want-
it's on our way.
I want
I mean,
Nihilus. I want
Oh,
Nihilus.
Guys,
Yeah, we
guys.
need to take a second.
yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
you're very
I
overwhelming
wanted-
today.
I wanted Nihilus to ask something.
Ask away.
So he's gonna say, "While you guys are discussing that, can you just point me in the direction of Idris's house so I can get Calypso and bring her? So whenever you guys are
Right
ready."
as you are interrupted. You are fucking-erupted.
Dessert.
Because
Do we hear a door crash or something?
you
No,
just happen to
no.
glance. You just happen to glance out the window. Like Bluma, you two. You guys just happen to glance out the window, and you see this like angry ass Calypso fucking glaring at you through the window while dragging the cart with her fucking teeth. She was
Is
unhooked
this
with-
gonna be a Kool-Aid Man moment? Is this gonna be a Kool-Aid Man moment?
Not exactly. Like as she kind of like finally pulls the cart up, she gets like right up next to the window, which is this is like a floor, like this is a ceiling to floor window. She immediately gets a real close and personal with the fucking window and presses her face against it and is staring directly at you.
Nihilus
There's
is
that
gonna
fog on the
go.
glass from the breathing. The anger
Bluma
breathing.
is gonna grab Ulrich, just in case if Ulrich is close to Nihilus, she's just gonna push him, like not roughly, but like push him to the side, as well as like anybody near Nihilus.
Orc's on
Just
the
to
other
make
side
sure,
of the
like-
circle.
Yeah,
He's
Orc-
with the.
Okay, but
Okay.
she's just pushing everybody that's close to Nihilus to the side, just in case if Calypso decides to go Kool-Aid Man.
Well, Nihilus was gonna go outside, so he's gonna go do that.
As like
Okay.
the second you go outside, the absolute second you walk outside, it's
Chuckle.
just like there is a trail of fucking fire of where she has been. Sorry, give me a moment. There's a trail of fire of where she has been, and Nihilus, you're just like you step outside for a second, and it's kind of really funny because the party sees you, and then they don't, and there's a little trail of fire going throughout the grass.
So basically, they just got trained. Like
We-
they
we
got
just-
like
we-
fucking trained through the
Motherfucker
passageway,
got
right?
snatched.
we
Motherfucker
just
got
hear-
snatched.
We just hear.
Okay, okay, Bluma,
Oh,
like seeing that Bluma jokingly goes in a prayer motion, like may he rest in peace.
I mean, you guys see him like a couple feet. Like, if you look out the other window, you guys can see like Calypso just kind of like. I don't really. It's like protectively, she has sat down and is like has her teeth around like the collar of his shirt or armor, like this like whatever fabric he has underneath, and is just not letting him go. He's just kind of hanging there like a limp
Speak with
kitten.
animals.
Wait, but isn't Calypso like kind of burning him because of the fire and stuff like that?
I mean, for the most part, she's putting it out so he doesn't set on fire.
Okay.
He's just gonna gently pat her and just explain what happened as he's just comforting her. Anyways, back to you guys.
Seeing that, Bloom's just gonna say, "Okay, so we should not leave instantaneously because I'm pretty sure Calypso's gonna kill us all if we get close to Nyla." Anyway,
So,
Astro, I
Astro
need
speaks up.
I
Oh,
need
go
to
ahead.
ask you one thing.
What's that?
Uh, and uh, Idris, I will need your help too. Find, because nobody's gonna survive this, and being neutral is not gonna be an option. So this is my idea. Gather all the smart people, and basically, first thing they should do is think of a way to set up defenses, something to mitigate most of the damage that might be caused by the war, and then any spare time to find something that could be used to actually win against the war if possible, or at least just help lessen the burden.
I would like to
how about this?
say,
How about? Oh, go ahead.
okay, sorry, but you just
You
would
good?
like look to Bluma and go, why would you need my help considering the fact any time you've spoken to me has only been out of disrespect?
Because you're the one with connections.
Listen, the world is fucking ending. I get it. We all have people we hate. But the fact I have to be buddy fucking buddy with the asshole, with one of the assholes who attempts to fucking hunt me down to turn me into Aelith, and is now, you know, he lost his arm because of Aelith, but that's a whole other story. I have to be buddy fucking buddy with him? Like, you know.
Huh?
I'd like to say Idris is going to like look over to Terrace and like everyone's gonna see him like it takes a few seconds, but his like face has still been void of emotion this entire time. Is just going to like produce a confused look finally, and he's just gonna be like, what?
That's a story that I didn't tell you for a reason. So.
And if only we had a bard.
I think you shouldn't speak of it.
It's the end of the fucking world. I would prefer not to die.
Then do what I help in what I said we should do. Get the smart people, see what they can be actually done. We'll get the dwarves to help build the shit, and we'll go from there.
Yes, we will do that. But I request we go see the ponies at least fairly quickly.
Astro, we are. We just need to think of something, because while you are very worried about them, remember it's been 6 months.
It's
and
not them
4
I'm
months
worried.
since they joined.
It is not them I am worried about.
Personal thing. It's a personal thing, then.
Yes, it is a personal thing.
Care to elaborate with us so we know what we're expecting?
Does Astral have a certain look on his face? A certain look that a father might understand?
Yes, Astral, he looks very worried about something, although he hasn't really said what it is.
Could Zenith assume what it is?
I mean,
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Somebody cast Zone of Truth. Somebody cast like a truth on this bastard. We need to know what's going on.
So
did you say that out of character or in character?
I mean,
no,
you know
she's
what?
saying in character.
Because Idris would look through and go, if he doesn't want to say, that is his personal business, and you should respect
But if it's that important that he's basically like frantically wanting us to go, we should at
That
least
means it's
get
even
a
less our
general idea.
business if he's even that worried.
That is
No,
his
it's not because
personal business
what happened?
alone.
I mean, he doesn't have to go into details, but something to at least know, like, oh, this is some personal life thing, or like maybe it's gonna cause some issues in the future.
That's probably why
Now,
he's frantic, is because it's a
then,
personal life thing.
then, Astro, tell us. Don't go into
Then
details.
it
Is it
should be
what, like
left
a
alone.
personal person that you had to find?
Yes.
There's a person. All right. Should we?
Well,
Is there
technically a
anything we
pony, but
should
yes.
not? Yeah, it's same thing. But anything I personally should not be doing next to them. Like, are they scared of?
Being you, just being you
Fine.
in general, you should not do that next to them. In fact,
So
I'd prefer you to stay far
so
away
they're a
from them.
snowflake. So they're a snowflake.
Know that a child. It is my
Okay, so that
daughter, you
makes more
fucking
sense.
dimwit.
Wait, I'm not the only father here. Oh, besides Idris.
I'm also a mother, by the way. So, but I don't know.
That
My
doesn't
what?
change any. That doesn't change anything, Bluma. Our character.
It's hilarious how many people in the party are parents or just became parents.
Yeah,
With
there's
fucking
Zill.
Zill's case.
Zill.
Bro, Zilla's been a parent
Everyone in the
most of her
party is a
life.
parent except for
It's a
Nihilus.
bunch of parents and then like 2 kids. Like
So it's Astrid says, I would prefer to see my daughter if I can, because it's
All
my
right,
daughter.
then let's go. You could have just said like you wanted to see your kid, and that's it.
I
Let's
will
go.
request that since it is already on the way, that we can stop at Sunhelm just to be able to contact at least one god. Just because it's on the way.
Just Astra's gonna look to Terrace and say, "Fine, Terrace, do you know if Sunhelm has somewhere that has a teleportation circle?"
Well, Sunhelm doesn't because I don't know how it became the capital of the town because it's not the big, it's a literal, I don't know how it became the capital kingdom. Don't ask me. It's a small fishing town with like 200 people in it. The nearest place that has a teleportation circle is Starlight City.
Do you happen to know what it looks like?
And like he kind of thinks for a moment and like quickly grabs a piece of paper. Like he kind of like not really grabs on ears. Like he just kind of like, is Idris wearing a bag?
Just like that thing where he presses on the back of someone's bag and starts drawing shit. Oh my god, that's funny.
Does Idris have a bag?
Robot.
Just kind of like a satchel.
Okay. So Idris is just kind of standing there vibing, and like Terrace kind of moves over to him and like moves his arm out of the way and kind of like gets into the satchel and pulls out a notebook Terrace knows is not important to him and tears out a piece of paper before also proceeding to use Idris at the table. Like he's like he kind of turns Idris around and just quickly sketches out the teleportation circle.
I'd like to say that this entire time, Idris has no fucking emotion as Terrace does this. Like, it's the whole fact of nothing in his brain registered in that moment until Terrace was done. And once he was, he'd turn to him and give him the most, like, you know how, like, a parent would be with, like, their kid after they do something, like, that's kind of stupid, but just also, like, okay, I guess. Like, that type of look. That's the look he would be giving Terrace.
And Terrace would be like, Like he would just be like, he shrugs. After stutter, he
There was
quietly
a-
stutters and shrugs.
There was a table right there.
And you're right there. Plus, the stove salamander's getting a little antsy, and he will burn it.
Right.
Stove salamander.
Question, Astro.
That's great.
Question,
Oh my
Astro.
god.
Astro.
Yes.
Don't you have like a
Yes.
sending or message bell that could send to speak with your kid? Or does anybody have one?
I do, but you know, it's one of those things where I want to see them in person
Well, I was not saying
because
just like
the
send
bleed
that
is
and
a
not
very the bleed is a very
hostile place.
weird place. So the
Well,
spell
no
may not
worries.
work. So I'd rather be
Well,
there in person.
I mean, yeah. What I was saying, well, what I going to actually say is, as we go, make a few attempts. At least try to get something.
Well, I planned on it, but for now, I am going to use this teleportation circle to get us to Sunhelm.
All right.
So, I suggest everybody that wants to go should gather around.
Well, Nihilus is outside.
Not yet. Not yet, because I'm pretty sure that anything that we had like ready for food or something like that, or provisions, is likely gone or gone
Yes.
to spoil. So we're gonna need to first pack stuff.
I can offer you supplies.
Thank you.
I can also make food.
Yes. But you can also take the cart and Calypso with you. I'm sure if you leave her again, she will actually go for blood this time.
Well, she can come through the teleportation circle, but we can just use that to get to what was it called again, Max? What was it? The city in the
Starlight
bleed?
Starlight City.
Like the city in the bleed is Starlight City?
No, the Starlight City is in Sunhelm. It is the only circle. It is the only, unless you have a kind of the quirky spell that sends you back to like your safe place. In
I mean,
Blackwater.
I do have it, but in like Word of Recall, like I do have that spell, but Blackwater's fucking gone, so like,
Out
it
of
won't
character,
do much.
Oh, never mind. I had a spell, but then I remembered what it did because I was like, out of character, I have teleportation circle. I'm like, wait, that does something different. Never mind, because I just remembered what it did.
That's the spell I'm trying to do. Like, because if somewhere else has a teleportation circle, you can use that to go to that. You just have to know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I also have that.
Okay, that's good. But Astral's just trying to get to. So we're going to Starlight City, and that's not near Sunhelm, or is that's near Sunhelm? Let me take a look at the map one more time.
Yeah, Starlight City is kind of like
it is right.
Yeah.
Well, not right next, but
okay, so it works.
It is northeast of
so
Sunhelm, the first city northeast of it.
Okay. So Astral just says, "We'll have to do it outside because I doubt the cart can fit through the door. But let's give it a try."
Well, the teleportation circle is outside, so it's because it's meant for carts to be teleported. Considering it is it's located in a desert, but
by any chance, do you have any materials like metal or?
I don't, because I don't. Either my son or my husband would possibly try to eat them.
Interesting family.
As I don't know what he remembers about being a dragon. I've never been a dragon, but I do know some things about the dragons of this world, and I also know that sometimes they really like to eat things that I guess can't technically be eaten by anything else. So they just like to eat gems and minerals and sometimes metals. So I didn't want to risk it with him because I didn't know if he would be able to eat them.
I mean, wouldn't you have asked?
He doesn't really remember. He's not really a dragon at this moment. He's a lich.
Oh.
Wait, aren't
Okay.
liches? Aren't liches the?
Does he have one of his books about being a lich?
No.
Like Astro speaks. Everybody says, "Bluma, I've been there. It won't work out."
Wait, hold on. You said you've been there? What do you mean by that?
I don't think we should concern ourselves with that.
No,
But
he
there
concerned
also
about it.
is one more thing that you all should know about.
I love how Blue was the only one worried about all these really questionable shit that
But
Astro.
hang on.
Actually,
Oh my
before I
God,
do that,
hilarious.
It's funny
I'm gonna
though,
do
so
this
the rest
one
of the party
okay.
has no reason to be.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna do this one more thing, and then Levi, I'm gonna get to you this time. I promise.
Oh, it's fine, man. You're good.
Oh, I didn't know Levi wanted. I didn't know Levi wanted to do something.
Well, like,
I've had
here's the
something
thing.
in the ready for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, like 30 minutes ago, I was just like, okay, Eli will speak, and then I'll get to Levi, and then everyone just like, and I was just like, I can't interrupt this.
Yeah.
So
I'd say
anyway,
so much
I'd
is
say to
happening for
people
so many
just
people right now.
focus- Yeah, I'd say to everyone to just keep an eye out on the mic too, because people do say stuff because not in a mean way, but everyone keeps fucking interrupting each other. So it just gets.
I cannot look at no mic right now, unfortunately, because my computer won't fucking boot up Discord, so I'm having to use PlayStation
Oh, that's fair.
Discord.
But anyway, so I am gonna get to this one thing, and then Levi, I promise I'm gonna get to you. But Terrace says there is one more important thing that you need to know. And like he kind of glances over to Idris as if prompting him to speak, to explain, his situation and what exactly his deal is.
I mean,
with
when Terrace looked at him, he's like Idris would just stare at him for a minute, and he just go, "What? The situation of where I'm soulless?"
Yes, and the whole like your soul's still in Corypheus, your soul is still in Chrysandis, and that was out of character. I'm gonna make that out of character. Fuck. Anyway, your soul is still in Chrysandis, and you technically are, bro. Shit. Okay.
Are they saying that like in character?
Yeah, this is happening like where everyone cares. Like, your soul is still in Corsandis, and you have that deal with the Reaper lady about like helping her and every other soul get out, and also sparing the actual Corsandis. Maybe that should be said amongst the party.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Aegis is soulless, and they made a deal with a god?
No. So.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys said
doing?
Chrysandis? Out of character? Out of character, you guys said Chrysandis, and I thought Corsandusy. Anyway.
Bro? Server fucking mute you.
But, anyways, Idris would look to the party, and he would go, "During the time you all were trapped in the Mimic, and I was dead, what apparently was 6 months was only 2 hours for me. And with my soul, what had happened was Corsair had taken it and placed it within a pocket dimension of his. And in said dimension, I had stumbled upon the real Corsandus because what apparently happened was there had been something known as a homunculus that had been controlling Corsandus's body. And the only way to stop it and get the real Corsandus back is to get rid of the Hand of God. Which is, but it's the thing that is controlling the body and making Corsandus stuck in that alternate dimension. And as well, there are thousands of souls that are also there and captured. It doesn't matter about my soul. It matters about
Including his soul.
They're stuck in there.
His soul is still stuck in there. But
So let me get this straight. We have to, and the end goal of everything we have to do is kill a god and kill something that might just have the powers that are above a god's. All right, that sounds easy enough, guys. Let's do this.
there is one more thing, which Idris, I believe you can explain. Maybe.
Out of character, would
the killing Corsandus wrong part.
Because you just would end up looking back to them and just going, I guess. But essentially, with killing Corsandus, it can't be something that's done. Because if you do that, every single soul in that alternate dimension, including mine, will be ultimately destroyed. Thus, everyone would be killed.
Noted.
Well, not everyone out here, everyone within that, including Idris.
So we just killed the god hand thing specifically.
Yes.
You don't kill it. You have to cut it off because you can't technically kill it.
I mean,
pretty much.
You get my meaning.
With that serum that had frozen it, when I had told you that something had been wrong, and it was a good thing the Hand of God was asleep, we need to find out what serum that was. Because if we can get that and use it against the homunculus controlling Corsandus, I can cut the arm off because I know how to. It's not the first time I cut his arm off, but second time's a charm.
Out of character, we got the not the ingredients, but the ingredient list for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Idris doesn't know that though.
Yeah, I know Idris doesn't know, but I don't remember who had it. Was it Auric? Or was it
Yes, it was Auric.
Yes, it was Auric.
Yeah, it was Auric who had it.
So Auric raises his hand.
Idris just looks at him.
I have the list for you. Also the amount of ingredients that we need.
He would just nod and go, well, that saves a lot of time.
I wonder if this is actually real, though. If I'm right, we got this in the Aspire. So,
So first things first, we go see Astro's kid. I know we go to the areas then before Astro's kid. We on the way we go stop by and speak with God for help. Then we come after the Hand of God, cut that shit off. This time we make sure that thing doesn't come back somehow.
well, in theory,
Am I missing anything?
Do you guys have banishment?
I do. Oh wait,
Yes.
that was
Out of character, Bill does.
Out of character, no.
That was
actually.
in character. That was in character.
Oh.
Oh, wait, actually does?
Terrace was asking you guys if you guys have banishment.
Yes, I have banishment.
Zil would look at Terrace and go, I have banishment.
Does anyone else have banishment? You'll need more than one person to banish, the hand of God.
I also have banishment.
I also
And
have
so
it, but it
does
might
Auric.
hurt me.
What level of spell is that, by the way?
3rd level, I think?
It is a 4th level spell.
Oh,
Damn,
they
4th
updated
level.
it? I thought it was still 3rd.
I believe so. I will double check. I might have just been in the
Yeah.
wrong spot.
That happens. I thought sending was a 4th level spell at one point.
It is a 4th level abjuration.
Cool.
Yeah. So, fine. Am I missing anything here on the plans that we got so far?
No,
Well, we also need to include that we need to find people to take over the spots of my mom and Aelith if we are able to,
let me,
Well-
Terrace kind of speaks to me and says, let me focus on that.
Yeah.
I at least can take this one thing off your guys' shoulders.
I know if it would help, I know one person who might be able to take mom's place.
So, one more thing though, we're gonna need some backup plans. Well, but just in case if they're dead, for any type of reason, you guys at least have 2 options. And before any of you fuckers say anything, if we are in, any of us are in the position to take it, one of us might have to do it on the spot. But that'll be like a last resort type of deal.
I would probably say, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Well, I did say it was the last resort, so yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure none of you want me to be in one of that position.
I also, no offense, I don't think you'd survive. I doubt anyone in this party would survive. I know the only reason the current life goddess survived was because she had a relation.
I mean, likely. But if one of us has to take it and there's no other option, best to just give it a shot.
I would say the closest thing in this party would probably be Auric or I, but even then we probably couldn't hold it for longer than a few minutes. I'm just saying I probably wouldn't.
I was going to suggest my older brother.
Just because we are children of gods, so we could probably at least hold it for longer. Not forever.
Razio, correct?
Well, maybe
yes, that's my older brother.
One of you. Well, here's an idea. Can the energy be split?
I doubt without throwing things immediately off balance.
It's well.
Well, again, this is last resort. This is something that we're not going to be
with both gods
for.
With both gods off the table. Specifically with these 2 gods, the Korra and Aelith, going to be off the table, and their energy is going to be up for grabs. Their energy was split between them.
So.
They were counterparts, supposed to hold balance.
Wouldn't that mean that if we could split it into 4 instead? Xehanort could take half of the energy and somebody else takes the other half.
That is not a good idea from what I understand about godly magic, Bluma.
I'm just giving ideas here, nothing else.
Listen, if it's the end of the world, what hurts in trying? I mean, if it fails...
Exactly my reason. I mean, what's the option? Either complete death or less of a shittier option. No?
Sorry, I saw no mic chat.
I will say, for anyone looking, Zill would look mildly uncomfortable with the idea of taking in godly magic? Just mildly.
Orc as well looks uncomfortable with the idea of taking his mom's magic.
Okay, so since nobody's giving a response, she's just kind of looking to the like side to side with her arms up, seeing if anybody agrees or not. It's like, well, do I have a point? Do you rather have everybody die or have a shittier option? Well, less shittier option to be clear. I would take the less shittier option to have a chance for something better. No?
We can at least be a placeholder while we search
Exactly.
for the main holder. But
Exactly.
as I stated, I will look for the best fits. And you guys can inform me what you think. If you find someone who you think might work.
Like I said, my big brother Razul. I can't
Yes.
really pronounce his name, but
Raziel.
he's the champion of Agora, so he would be the closest thing to a
Closiest?
god. Closest, yeah. Fuck you, Max.
Wait, but aren't champions aren't taking sides though?
The champions went missing. No one's really knows where they are.
Okay,
Also,
And, I'm gonna
he's
be
the
honest.
champion of a dead god. So.
He's the champion of a dead god and his mother. I don't think he's not gonna take a side.
Or
okay,
would you?
So that's option. I say that's the third option because nobody has heard from the champions,
Or
so we can't rely on that
would
idea.
you possibly have a way to contact him? I mean, he is your brother after all.
Well, I do actually. And Orc kind of reaches down under his clothing and pulls out a small stone. He and I keep in contact constantly. I wasn't getting a signal when we were in the Mimic, so kind of gotta update him I'm alive. That's... Ooh, this is gonna be a long call.
Alright.
Yes.
So,
Character.
Yep.
Can Idris feel his connection to Akroza?
Yes.
And is there
Akroza was
anything...
at your house.
Okay, so he's the only champion that we know of is still around.
You only saw him because one, he's been living at your house for like the last God knows how long, and you literally like walked in from the grave with Terrace and like saw him on your couch eating your food, like any brother would be.
Uh-huh.
So,
he's dead now. He can't eat it. So why don't I eat it?
So anybody has any other questions? Because I don't know anything else to ask. Because with a war, I doubt we have much time. So the faster we get this, the better. No?
Yes, I would heavily suggest that you do not.
Alright, so
While we do need to go fast, we need to keep in mind that we should take some time in between points. Because if we just try to rush it immediately, we are going to fail. That is obvious.
Definitely. Most definitely. But I'm just saying, like, we should go as fast as we visibly can within reason. But if nobody has anything else to say, let's actually go find some provisions, because all of our shit is spoiled by this point.
Okay, and while I'm gonna assume Astral, you're gonna go basically do this, start the spell.
Yes, but Ash was gonna say something real quick. He's also gonna say, yes, as they were saying, this is one of those things where you don't ask how I know this. Building an army takes time. I'm gonna go do that spell now.
Is Kane still with us?
She is.
Blue Moon's gonna just shout out, "You're gonna need to explain some of this shit now. Nobody's questioning you, but I am."
Well, honestly,
also,
he has magic. I'm not gonna screw with him.
Also, weren't you gonna go get to Levi?
Yes, that's what that's why I'm kind of like try to.
But yes, I will go do that spell.
Yep, and then you guys, Terrace would kind of like those who are getting supplies. Terrace is going to help you like load up supplies and such, and Orc. So, as you try the sending stone, like you kind of like go off into a little corner of your own and you try the sending stone. And it doesn't really nothing really happens at first. You just kind of are stuck with static. However, you do get a response. And that response is like a kind of very like groggly
Radfield?
Auric?
Hi. I know, it's been 6 months. I have a lot of explaining to do. Where are you at, though? Everything's kind of gone to shit. Oh, well, I'm not allowed to say that word. Ooh.
Oh, no one's exactly going to be able to smite you for it. And like, there's another pause. And he takes a moment. He says, "I am currently with some of the other champions, and we are hiding in an old Assyrian ruin."
Does Orig know what that is?
Assyrian is the ancient race that you guys discovered with soaps.
We know that one was by a Kor's tree, right?
Yes, you know, one was by a chorus tree. Although you doubt that they would hide there.
Also, we
I doubt
have
they
like
would.
his great grandmother's crystal too that we never acknowledged ever again.
How funny would that be? That turns
That's
out they were
because
just like
Idris
5
had
feet
it.
away from
And then
us.
Idris
That's because
died.
Idris had it.
Yeah, Idris
He
had the crystal,
still
that's
has
why.
it
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died with it.
and got buried with it, probably.
So, brother, what else happened? We came back in front of a Kor's tree. You know, gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna freak out a little bit later, but not right now.
It's a difficult thing to explain.
I understand. Are you okay? I know I'm saying a lot of me. I need to understand how you are feeling because I feel awful. I understand. I bet you were also feeling awful.
I am very tired.
In physical form or mental form? Or emotional? Or any kind of form?
I am very tired. Physically. I was sleeping just now.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm glad to hear from you. You're alive. That is what matters.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you about that after you finish this little conversation up.
Yeah. The most important thing you need to know is that there are not while many of the gods who cannot react, like Avum and the forgotten god Nim and a few others, they are not in this fight. They're more just on the sidelines helping where they can, even though they really can't. And the main fight is with Aelith and Aurelius. And Aurelius just went missing.
Wait, stepdad went missing?
I don't know where he went, and I don't particularly care. He's an asshole, but I do need to care because while he's an asshole, he, if Aelith has him, then he doesn't have long. And if he dies, death becomes permanent,
Oh.
as there will no longer be a gateway between our world and the afterlife.
Oh no. That is,
So Levi also has no clue what to say. Neither does Oric.
Okay. So, mom's dead. Aelith might have stepdad who. Oh, God. Jinkies!
And like you kind of like it obviously it's silent, like he's not responding, and he just says, "Just be careful out there. I
Yeah.
have to go."
Oh, okay. One small explanation. I was in the Spire. That's where I've been for the past 6 months, apparently. I thought it's only been one. But yeah, there's your explanation. Sorry.
Good luck.
Good luck to you too, brother.
And
Connection
So?
terminated.
you guys, the call ends, and then you guys, I mean, you're ready to go. Do you guys? Astral, do you go?
Oh, question.
Yes.
Did I'm guessing by now Calypso let go of Nihilus, or is she?
Yes, she's let go. She's hooked up to the cart. And
I did not mean to give the horse separation anxiety.
Bloomers can go to Kenner for a moment just to get her stuff back. But also, she first gets the box with the black crystals.
Mhm.
And so is everybody ready? Because I have one thing I need to ask.
I am, but I also have something I need to tell the party.
All right, go for it.
So, I received news. The god of death is missing. And if he dies, all deaths become permanent.
Oh.
So, from here on out, we are not going to be sure at any point if death will be permanent or if we'll be able to come back. So I would like to advise everyone to be extremely cautious from now on.
Fine.
That
Bloomers can
means you,
just take the
Nihilus.
moment and
Oh my god.
no, Bloomers can just look around, seeing if everybody's just staring at her because of the
Zenith
many
is staring at you
warnings.
heavily, Bluma, just so you know.
That means be careful around the party, Bluma. Please.
And to keep in mind, that means your souls will not go to the afterlife. They won't exist as far as I'm aware.
they do go to the
Right.
afterlife. Like Teresi says, they do go to the afterlife. Well, actually, no, out of character.
Yeah, if the god of death is
If
dead.
if Aurelius dies, it just means that basically he is the gateway between the afterlife and the material realm. If he dies, that just means that there will be like no coming back. It does not mean your souls will not exist.
Oh,
No, but
would Oric know this?
question?
It
Then
was
he'll
explained.
correct that. He'll correct that. Sorry.
Just a quick question though on that. But if like he's the gateway to the afterlife, wouldn't that mean that if there's no more gateway, all the souls are stuck on the material plane, causing more phantoms, ghosts, and stuff like that to appear?
No, it's
It would be a one-way
more-
door.
yeah, it'd just be a one-way door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it had been in the past.
I thought it was just like a complete shut off type of deal.
Yeah, no, it's not. So does anyone else like to do anything before?
Bloomers can ask the party who knows any type of kind of like dominating creature, person, or command spell that they're willing to teach you.
I mean, you know, maybe you should talk to the person who's really good at fucking with people's minds.
Oh, also, wait, I do want to say.
No, she actively asks like all the cast.
All the cast we're
As,
we're
just all the
it's a new
cast
show we're part of.
because
I
Just-
don't.
Casters, not cast.
Cast.
I heard
Yeah,
cast. I'm like,
casters,
okay, we're
but-
part of a new show.
But she actually says it, and she only gives out as an additional thing that's and the only reason why I'm asking is because I need more options for spells. The things I could do, for what I know, are quite limited, and with she kind of wears a kind of necklace that kind of increases her intelligence. Well, this is helping me. It doesn't give me, it makes too many, makes me use gives me access to too many spells that are not really useful for me or for anybody, to be honest with you. So does anybody have like a command or some type of creature spell?
Luma, I don't know if you should be trusted with that.
No offense if I had it, I probably wouldn't give it to you. Because honestly, it's nature magic compared to learned magic.
Also, question.
Well, I am
Yeah.
from the Feywild. Maybe there's an exception with that.
Luma, I say this with the most kind way. Look at the party. And look at you. I don't think anyone here trusts you enough with a spell like that.
So Astral is going to
That's
speak
why.
up, and he is going to say, "Well, Bluma, I do happen to be an expert in that field, and
Also,
I'm
correct me. Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
Kane speaks up and she says, like, also correct me if I'm wrong, but if it is a command or a demand or dominate creature or monster or whatever, it can only affect a creature or monster. Which 9 times out of 10 they are not our allies.
Yeah.
But you
Best
don't know.
option.
There are also spells to dominate people.
Yes.
So,
but that's not really what she asked for.
Well, I just need something
but
in that ballpark.
so Bluma, I am saying this with the most respect you do not have the power to cast those kind of spells. Those spells require a lot of magical energy that you cannot produce. At least not yet.
Out of character, what kind of spellcaster is Bluma?
Artificer.
Artificer. She
Yeah,
so
I'm
far
just
she could cut up to
okay.
third level, and one spell is available to her, which is command.
Yeah.
I will say all dominate spells are 4th level or above.
Yeah.
She's not there yet, but
dominate
she's just
monster
asking
is
for.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like Nihilus did say if someone could remove the curse earlier, and we did not get to that.
We just say that happened while
Okay.
shit was getting done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I also may force you guys to move on pretty soon.
Yeah, but
Astral just
she's
says,
not specifically asking for those
go
type
ahead.
of levels. She's asking for something that she can actually do. Because she will have at least mentioned how powerful she is at the moment.
So I believe command is a first level, and it only works on humanoids. So it only works on things like Nihilus, Auric, Zenith. It only works on creatures like that. It wouldn't work on Astral. It would not work on Zil. It would not work.
Also,
because they're not
the only people who
humanoids.
have that is clerics or paladins, and I don't think we have any clerics or paladins in the party.
You guys have a cleric?
We have a cleric.
Yeah, and
a paladin.
And fucking
Oh,
fucking Idris is a paladin.
well, I mean,
Bards
like
also have
currently,
command, though.
currently, who like cast spells? I mean, Astral has that, but I mean, like, yeah.
Anyway.
But so just to summarize, Bloom is not powerful enough to cast any of those spells yet. Like none of the
Yeah,
spells
except
that
for
can
command.
be taught to her. Yeah, command she can learn, but that's just a first level spell, so yeah, it shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, but
But
yeah.
Kane would kind of like motion for Bluma to come over and just be like, well, I can at least give you this. And she will help while, like, basically, while Astral is preparing, like, or while they're getting ready to leave, she will help. She will teach Bluma command.
Alright.
And I
It's
mean,
useful.
yeah. Anyway, do you guys finally teleport to the fucking place?
No.
Don't need your fucking
No.
sass.
We got more shit to
But anyway, yeah, I mean, yes. So the Astra's just going to say because like there has like the window of time to get into the teleportation circle is like 10 seconds. So people
Yeah.
have to like we have to run inside and
We
It's
can
a
all get
Wall-E
on the
situation.
cart, and we can all get on the cart and just
Yeah.
yeet.
true.
Which is what I thought you were doing, but, you know.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, if everybody's ready to.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Also, wait, real quick, is Kibble still with us? That fucker is not escaping me.
Yeah, but also, like, you didn't even realize he was still on you while you were being held captive by,
Calypso.
Calypso. Like, you kind of just realized after, like, you just happened to, like, realize after that you are not wearing a backpack, and that the feeling, the very tight feeling of a bag that has been around, like, your chest and waist this entire time was Kibble, because he has been hiding under your cloak. Anyway.
So, oh wait, I'm just out of character, but I'm pretty sure he would have at least suffered some suffocation damage with how clingy Calypso was to Nihilus. Or
A
am I
little bit.
wrong?
A little bit. He he got a little heat. He got a little hot. But anyway, as you guys appear in this city in Starlight City, some of you have been here before, and you remember it very fondly as it's a very pretty it's a very very pretty city. Most of its buildings are made of ivory and are adorned with like glass that makes like glass gems that make it look really shiny. That's why it's called Starlight City. It's a very shiny, very beautiful coastal, like partially coastal city. However, as you guys end up on the teleportation circle, you look around and you see that the marble and ivory are cracked, and that the city is now in ruins. And it is
What are they?
deadly quiet.
Arcana check.
Sure.
Because if this is what it might be.
I'm also going to Arcana check.
What are
You
you
know
guys
what,
looking
Check
for?
out.
I'm luckying.
I rolled a 24. I'm just seeing if there's any like magical residue from whatever happened here. Like that's like not supposed to be here basically.
Extra, I mean, there's the residual residue of the gods and their distant fighting. However, this just seems to be the fact that the gods were fighting near where the people were.
Brumas
So
can take out a dynamite and just has it ready.
Okay.
So basically it was like an evacuation of they got too close, we need to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is kind of like the gods got a little too close.
Yeah.
Do you guys walk into the city?
Yes.
Sure.
Should I throw this like in the air to scare anything away?
No, best not to alert anything that could be here.
Hey,
It
man.
may
The
not.
city has been evacuated, so
Yes,
we should
but
be fine.
But
what
how
if
long ago?
but what if there's something here that would want to kill us?
Yes,
You know.
Levi.
So while we are going in, Auric is going to be casting Detect Life.
Oh, wait.
So, as
Uh,
you cast this spell, the only life you get is the ones near you, is your party, and then 2 life forms, like a block or 2 away.
Wait. Out of character. Quick question. Have we taken a long rest yet? Because we were like right after the battle.
Yes, I'm just gonna say that you guys took a long rest at like terraces while you guys are packing up and shit.
Okay. So
Oric is
we're
going
all
to
at
like.
full.
Oric is going to try and bring everyone down to like a silent whisper. He's going to say, "Shh,
Couple people. We don't want. There's a couple people over there. We gotta be a little quiet.
All right.
Gently.
I have an idea.
Don't throw it.
what
Not
if
that
we just
idea.
start thinking?"
Not that. And I wasn't going for that. So here's my idea. I can fly overhead, see who they are, and send a message of what I see.
Okay, so I can I ask something?
Yes.
Whatever you see, message. Like I know you said you're gonna message us, but regardless, do not engage until we get there. If we need to. If we can
Hold
avoid.
your fire.
So can you at least do that?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm fine with it.
I mean, also, just in case, I could cast that new spell command and make them grovel.
Mm,
That
Let's-
would also only work if they're both humanoid.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I
true.
mean completely humanoid.
Wait, do I see the shapes of these people, Max? Is it like or
I'm
So
You
sure
just
that's...
know their general location.
Yeah.
okay?
So, any exceptions or other plans?
Just
Me?
let us know what you see and oh sorry,
All right.
Levi, go ahead.
Sneak? Or
Well,
if
I could sneak through, but I was thinking of... I haven't done this. I always try to do to my size. Does somebody have like a 5-pound weight or less? Preferably exactly 5 pounds.
oh wait, I have an idea. Oric's gonna turn into a mouse.
Okay.
Also,
And,
Nihilus is going to give Bluma something that weighs 5 pounds because I'm pretty sure he has something in his cloak for that.
She ties
You know, Max.
a bit of rope around it and then around her waist, and she casts catapult on the object and puts in like a 90-degree angle, basically doing a yeet, using like the momentum of the object to just
Eventually,
yank her.
Eventually, she's going to give herself whiplash.
Eventually, possibly. Anyway,
I
That'd
mean,
be
she's just
funny.
preparing herself, but that's what she does. She try, but before she does, like she'll ask Orica, how far are they from?
I just get a general direction.
it was a block or
General
2,
direction.
like a block or 2 north.
Squeak, squeak, and he points towards it, and then he himself starts walking that way as a
Alright.
mouse.
She does the catapult thing, but like 45 feet in the air. No, not 45 feet. I mean, like in a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
And since it's an attack spell, because of my feet, it gets 120 range.
So, Bluma, you get fairly close to it now. Like you end up landing kind
Well-
of near, like on a roof.
Well, she would try to fly and stay in the air.
Okay. So you like it propels you not damn near. That's not the word I wanted. It repels you enough and stops about like a couple feet away on a roof.
I can hear your country accent. I can hear your country coming out, Max.
I'm gonna fucking
Your country
nerf
is
you
showing.
and send you to God. Anyway,
God's not
got
here,
three.
though.
We got 3 fucking minutes, bitch. So, you can hear it. You can hear speaking, and you can kind of make it out.
Can I get closer and roll perception?
Sure.
Can Auric hear it at all, Max? Because that's what the point of him turning into a mouse was.
Yes, you can hear it as well.
Okay.
So it's,
Should I roll perception?
Yes.
what the fuck is the chat? There it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and lucky that and use my last lucky for this.
Well, we got the long rest, so you got all your luckies back.
Oh, I thought it was working on session per session, so it wasn't too broken.
It was. I believe it was per dawn. For your lucky.
Oh, well, shit. Can you use your lucky on me?
I mean, I have a +9. Sorry. Hey, a little bit better.
So, Auric, you kind of you pick up on a voice. You pick up on 2 voices, and it's a man. It's a woman and a man, and you hear the man say, "You don't have to do this." And it's followed by the woman laughing and saying, like it's followed by a woman's laughter and just her saying, "I don't have to do this. You have done so much without fail, without consequence, without accountability. And I'm the person who gets sent away. I'm the person who gets banished." Because what?
Oh. Fuck.
Do we have a look for these people?
Whoopsies.
And
Oh.
that is where we're ending session.
Bro.
Oh.
You
It's bursting out.
motherfucker.
Yeah, we gotta run.